All right, good morning, everybody, and especially good morning to those Sync Academy members that participated with us for our last Sync 60 challenge that just ended 2 days ago, this last Monday. This was the first Sync 60 challenge where I actually held out a bit of a carrot for those of you that were willing to participate with us, but more importantly, actually follow through on the goals that you set for yourself. All right, good morning, everybody, and especially good morning to those. We don't have any echo on myself. There we go. Just to make sure that you guys got through the challenge. Essentially, that was really what I wanted to incentivize you guys to do. Just to put a little carrot out there. So if you were able to log in every single week 1 through week 8, and obviously mark yes. I know some of you guys actually got your Sync 60 goal accomplished, but you didn't log in and mark yes. There was just a blank there, so I'm sorry. Those were the Raffle contest rules. You had to log in and mark yes, as you see here with these members here. So all in all, we ended up with actually 33. You don't count number 1 up here because that's the first column that has the name. But these 33 members right here were the ones, as I went through, you guys marked yes on every single one of your columns. And of course, on your last one, you actually did achieve your goal. So for you 33, very, very proud of you guys, very excited for you. And I'm really encouraged that you guys took this seriously enough to get your goal accomplished and actually do it. Now, I know there's probably another 10 or 20 of you that actually also got your Sync 60 goal accomplished, but you just didn't fill in the individual columns. And I'm sorry, you just can't qualify if you didn't do that. But, you know, the raffle here, this carrot, by the way, if you guys don't know what we're giving away, it's this bad boy right there. Complete Control S49. Which comes with Contact Select 11 software. So you're going to get some plugins, you're going to get some sounds to work with, and this keyboard works directly with those plugins. So you can actually manipulate and control things in a really cool way. So it's really awesome to see many of you guys. So, I mean, we had, I think, over 180 Sync Academy members that actually at least put in their name, put in their goals, and participated to some level. Some obviously didn't make it all the way to the end. A lot of you guys did. A lot of you guys did get at least something accomplished. But I want to also stress that before I raffle off, you know, this keyboard, I really want to make sure that those of you that didn't achieve your goal, didn't quite get to your 8-week, or maybe, you know, halfway through it realized, man, I'm in over my head. This is way too much. I don't think I can do this. That's okay. You know, it's better that you learn this stuff sooner than later. And this one, the skill set that you have or that you need to learn how to do in terms of like creating a sizable goal for yourself, like a chunk, a small manageable goal rather, within the next 60 days and being able to execute on that goal week by week and get it done. It's easier said than done, but that one simple task and skill set to be able to just do that and execute is going to make or break your entire licensing career, okay? If this was very challenging for you, if you found that after week 2 you lost your focus, you didn't really log in anymore, you weren't really interested in what was happening, you know, something else caught your attention and you just kind of floated into a different direction. If that's where you were, you really need to spend some time thinking about getting good at this stuff, at really just focusing in on one thing. So maybe sync licensing might not have been the best focus for you. Maybe you realize that there's something else in the music world or entertainment industry that maybe you should be spending more of your time in. But if it is sync licensing, I'm going to tell you guys that Sync 60 Challenge is basically your prerequisite for success. Meaning that, let's say you partner with a library. This is basically what your career is going to look like every single month to month. It's going to be, hey, Joe, we need another 12 tracks of rock orchestral hybrid. Can you get that to us by the 1st of next month? Now you have a Sync 30 challenge or whatever that timeline might be, right? It could be more, it could be less. It could be just a custom gig where they're like, hey, we need something by Thursday at 5 p.m. It's Tuesday at, you know, midnight. So you've got just basically a day and a half to get this thing done. So you're going to have deadlines and they're going to come up sometimes way sooner and way more uncomfortable than you're used to, right? So you need to make sure and get used to this. Just get used to deadlines, get used to planning out your time and your schedule to get your goals accomplished. That's the only way you're going to have a long-term career in this. So I hope those of you that are giving it your best shot, even if you didn't get your Sync 60 challenge, at least you learned something. Maybe you realize that the goal you set for yourself was a little too big, a little too lofty. Maybe you need to come back down to earth and figure out something that's actually manageable, something you can actually do. Whatever the issue might have been, I hope you really learned something, especially through those videos that we release in the platform every single week. So that's the whole idea behind Sync 60. And again, congrats to everybody that accomplished it, got something done, learned something. Congrats to everybody that at least just did something, right? That's what Sync 60 is about. Because I remember this feeling years ago when I was getting started with this this industry. And I remember not having any sort of a group, a community, or an accountability for. I was working with one library, but I knew I wanted to partner with a second one. But it was a bit of a risky move to take some time away from this library and start to create on my spare time, another album to pitch to another library. And I remember that fear and that uncertainty of like, well, I don't even know if that other library is going to accept this music. What if it sucks? What if I just don't have anything good? And I'm risking all this time putting this entire album together and not sure if it's going to land somewhere. So I totally empathize with where you guys are. If you have that fear of the workload versus the payoff, is it going to be worth all this time and effort? So I hope Sync 60 is that tool for you guys to know that, first of all, you're not alone. You're not the only crazy person giving this thing a shot. There are other, very, very talented, hardworking people, just as crazy as you are, that are doing this as well. And you can see the proof in the pudding here with these, 33 members that got it done. But there's also many, many more that got a lot of. I know that in the last 60 days, a lot of music and a lot of productivity was made through the stuff that we're doing here in Sync 60. So take advantage of that. If you're a Sync Academy member, participate with us next time. We're going to do another one of these probably in a couple of months, maybe even sooner. But these seem to be very popular with you guys, and I see a lot of people getting great results. And also, I've already had a couple of people telling me that the album that they put together through their Sync 60 challenge has already been accepted and distributed through a library. So this stuff is really working for a lot of you guys. So that's music to my ears. I love hearing that this isn't just like theoretical, or you guys just love learning about the business, but you really are putting in the hours. You really are, getting your fingers on the keyboard and actually, clicking bounce and getting those finals and deliverables ready for your clients. Okay. So this is how we're going to do the raffle. It's going to be pretty fun. So I could just randomly, between the numbers of 2 and 34, pick a random number just off the top of my head. That's not fun. That's not how you do a raffle, right? So I figured we got to do something a little better than that, a little bit more creative. So look what I found. This is kind of cool. I found this app where you can actually create your own sort of raffle wheel. So what I've done there, as you can see, is I have the numbers 2 through 34, because again, we don't have number 1. The first column is just where the name and everything goes on. So all of you that completed your Sync 60 challenge, you guys now have this number assigned to you. So for example, at the very top, Andrew, you're number 2, Brian, you're number 3, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These numbers just came about because as I went through all the columns, if you missed a column or you marked no, I just deleted your column off of this copy of the Sync 60 chart. So all that's left is those of you that marked yes on everything. And so that's just where the numbers landed, okay? Completely random. There's no rhyme or reason to it. They're just basically in the order that they landed. Same thing with this wheel. These are all completely out of order, as you can see. It's not 1 or 2 through 33. It's actually all over the place, and including a fun little spin again. I don't know if you can see that. I got to put it the other way. Whatever. It's a spin again one. So if we land on there, we got to spin again. So this will make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. And I hope it works. I think it's going to make some noise. That was the other fun thing about this, that it's only going to take like 20 seconds to do this. But anyways, it'll be a good time. And so I wish you guys all the best. If you are the winner, what I will need you to do is to email me your mailing address. So I may or may not have your mailing address, but I want to make sure I get the most current up-to-date one so that I can mail this thing out to you. I mean, I'll go mail it today, actually. If you can get me the mailing address, I'll send it to you as soon as possible. And you will have to sign for it. I'm going to make sure that you have to have a signature to get it. So anyways, here we go, guys. Without further ado, drum roll. Let's hope this works. All right, make sure first, I got to make sure you guys can see this thing. All right. That's not great. All right, that might be the best we can do right there. Here we go, guys. Let's spin the wheel. Here it is. 13. It's so funny. You guys couldn't even hear that noise. I spent all that time making sure this had noise and my microphone didn't even pick it up. Of course, who is lucky number 13? That is Jost Cullum. Congratulations, Jost. You got yourself a keyboard. You got this keyboard, big bad keyboard right here. The other way, of course, got to be a professional here. Do it the right way. There you go, Jost. This bad boy's coming your way. Well done to you. Congratulations. And to, again, all of you guys, thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for giving your all. and basically just doing something, taking action. That's what Sync Academy is all about. That's what my YouTube channel is all about. That's what everything that I do is all about. It's about you guys, trying to encourage you in any way I possibly can to take action, to do things. You know, tutorials and videos are nice, and you know, I do like making these kind of things, but I do know there's a tendency, especially in the producer and musician community, to just get lost and kind of sucked into the tutorial world and video world and YouTube land. You kind of get lost in these wormholes, and you're not actually going forward in your career when you're just watching videos. What actually gets you to move forward in your career is doing stuff, okay? Producing music and actually creating tracks, filling out a Sync 60 progress chart and actually logging in every single week, marking yes, giving yourself that confidence and that sort of proven track record now that if you got this thing done, your confidence level should have boosted up a bit, right? Wherever you were before, you now should feel a little bit like, you know what? I can do this. If I have another challenge that I need to get through, another album I need to do, now I have the formula to do it. I basically map it out. I can even create my own. You guys, what I'll do in Sync 60 or in Sync Academy is I'll wipe clean the Sync 60 challenge. And if you want to just download a copy of it for yourself and create your own whenever you want to, do it. Okay. Obviously, it's a little more fun when we do it as a community, and we're going to do those probably once a quarter from time to time. And so it's more enjoyable to be doing it with other people, but you don't have to wait for us to get started. It's a common question. People are like, well, why do I have to wait? You don't. You literally can do this anytime you want to. You can start it right now today and create your own Sync 30 challenge, Sync 60 challenge, Sync 10 challenge, whatever it is that you need to do. Try to be as realistic as you possibly can to get that goal accomplished, and just start getting the work done, guys. Just get the stuff done. That's really the best thing I can say for you guys. So again, thank you so much. I'm going to pop off now. I've got a couple of tracks I got to review in the Syndicate. Some really cool things are happening there. And that wraps it up. So I hope you guys, if you're not in Sync Academy and you're not working, you're not doing, you're not making any sort of measurable progress in your sync licensing career, you're not actually creating new tracks, you're not improving your process of producing, mixing, or mastering, you're not really understanding how the business side of the industry works. Like, if you're just not making any sort of progress, any sort of momentum in your career, I encourage you to join us. There'll be a link below. You can check it out. Everything that's included. We have those 100 plus tutorials. I think we're up to like 140 or maybe even 150 hours, because every single month we add new tutorials to the platform, and they come from your guys', those of you that are Sync Academy members. It's basically your guys' suggestions that feed what we put together, myself and the other Sync Academy pros. So we're just constantly trying to provide you with the most useful and valuable tutorials and video presentations and walkthroughs that we possibly can to make sure that you guys are prepared for any possible scenario or any possible situation that you guys might find yourself with in this industry. And there are plenty. There are so many things you can do. Every day. I've been in this industry 12 years, but it's like every week I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that this could be a risk. I didn't know that that was something we should even be aware of. So I'm also learning just as much as you guys are. That it's really cool when you have this kind of hive mind of all these different people that are working in all different, like all over the world, but also with different libraries, different publishers. It's just like a hive mind. You guys basically get this 360 view of all the different things that are happening in the business. So I'm certainly really proud and excited to be a part of this cool community. And if you're looking for something like that to get yourself motivated, get yourself, off the couch, stop watching Netflix, stop consuming culture, and you want to be more of a producer of culture, I encourage you to join us in Sync Academy. There's definitely a spot for you, and there's no better time than right now to actually take your licensing career seriously. So until next time, guys, I will catch you. We'll have another podcast episode coming up this Friday. And then, of course, we'll have some new great YouTube videos for you Monday and Wednesday of next week. So Jost, make sure you hit me up, buddy. You got that keyboard coming to you ASAP. Take care, guys. Have a great day.